Hey, what's up, comic book peeps? Welcome to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. And today I'm just looking through some comics down here in the dungeon. I want you to look through them with me. You ready? Okay, let's do this. Alright, let's do this. Be sure to check out some of my latest videos. One of my latest videos is IDW4. You have The Hunt. You also have Mail Call. And also scroll down and watch some of my older videos like Negan. You girls and guys be safe out there, and I will catch you later. Peace. I had to stop and refuel. These are called empanadas. They're basically a Spanish dish. My wife taught me how to cook. Oh yeah, they're kind of unhealthy because you fry them, but then they're so good when you eat them. All right. Hey, what's up, comic book peeps? Welcome to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. We're just going to get straight into it. One of my favorite, I started with my box, which is A. I have up to like 24 boxes. They're not necessarily short boxes, but they're not necessarily long boxes either. But I have up to 24 boxes, so I have a lot of comics down here in the dungeon. Not quite as much as my boy, Metarog. But anyway, these are Action Comics. So you have Superman in Action Comics versus Urian, who is Darkseid's son. You also have Superman Does Porn, which is Mr. Miracle. I have to get the book before that because I think it's like 3 books that ties into Superman Does Porn, which is a John Byrne writing. And then you have Action Comics, and that's Superman and the Spectre, and that's Metropolis, um, going to death or whatever. And then you also have the book in Action Comics where Superman reveals himself to Lois Lane. I don't understand how you can be around Clark Kent and around Superman and not know who he is, but this is when Lois Lane finally found out who he was. I think that's a 90s comics. And then this is one of everybody's favorite, The Death of Superman, where this is a book where he holds off Doomsday from getting into Metropolis. So there you have it. This is your background. But before we go any further, because you know we have to keep on going, these are some cool comics, let's get a word from our sponsor. And this episode of Direct Edition is brought to you by everybody's favorite Dathomirian, my fake Darth Maul from China. So you know how we do. I can finally say it. Let's get into some comics. Okay, so this is literally the next batch. That's a double. Like my 6 Fingers Into It video, that's a double. Somebody told me that the green cover was special. I don't know what's so special about the green cover. It's like a variant or something. And then, that's one of my favorite comics with Bizarro in it. Me Back, Bizarro. And then you have, that's when, I think his name is called like Black Jack or something. He's a guy from England who's a telepath who actually made Superman think that Lois Lane was killed. So that's a pretty cool comic. I remember when I first got back into comics, like in 2000, I picked that up in Publix, on a spinner rack. So they were still having comics like in Publix, and there's Superman versus Darkseid, and then you have a cool Superman. I think that's when he lost his powers, so that's pretty cool. Some of these books are subjected to the way I used to collect, so I have to get some bag and boards, because when I used to collect like this, which is, it's because I was a young kid and I didn't have that much money, but now I have money for bag and boards, and I need to go ahead on and buy some more and take these out and put them in their own bag. But that's Action Comics. That's Churchill. Churchill is one of my favorite artists too, and that's Superman and Shazam, which is very cool, and that's Superman versus Black Adam, Villains United. So very cool. All right, we're gonna do like Jay-Z, and we're gonna go on to the next one. You ready? All right, let's go to the next batch of comics. Okay, so your next batch starts off with an old Supergirl. That's from like 1970s. Let's see. I don't know. It doesn't really have it on the front, but I know that's pretty old. Comic Code Authority. Look at this. Look at this. Even the bag, I need to upgrade the bag, but this is pretty old. I want to know what year, so give me a second. Yeah, that Supergirl's from 1972. And I have a thing for old school comics, especially old school comics that's in immaculate condition. And this one is pretty old, and it's in such good condition. Look at that, no spine, no ticks. You guys know how I am. I'm extreme when it comes to stuff like that. Spine ticks, I hate those. And then you got this cover. That's a famous cover with Superman versus Flash, but I didn't know Mr. Spitalik. It's another cover with him, with another guy doing it. So this is actually a variant cover, not variant cover, but it's a redo cover. So this is not the original Superman Flash race. But I still got this for real cheap. I remember I went to the flea market. If you could scroll down and watch that flea market video, I scored, oh my God, I scored some like awesome key issue after key issue for very cheap. I just love that hunt. That was one of my favorite hunts in the world. Is when I went to that flea market and I racked up on all those key issues for super cheap. So be sure to check out my video where I go to the flea market. And then you have Superman versus Doomsday. Definitely one of my favorites. The Death of Superman. Doomsday is such a beast, and I really, really enjoyed in 1992 when I read The Death of Superman. It was very sad. It was just life changing. And these are from The Death of Superman, these covers. Pretty cool. That's him and his father, Jonathan Kent, and this is the same comic. These two are, one is a variant and one is the original cover. I have like 3 covers of this, and all of them are different colors. See, you have the red cover, then you have the purple cover, and where's my third cover? There's my third cover, which is just a straight blue cover. So I don't know which one is original. I really haven't. Okay, so you got. Oh no, they're all numbered number 3. I'll figure it out one day which is the variant and which one is the original. But it's pretty cool when I look through my collection. I found that out. Okay, this must be the original because it doesn't have any number right here. This is the second printing. See that second? And this is the one that I've had in my collection my whole life. That one right there, I picked this one up. And then this one, I just picked this one up too, and this is the third variant. So yeah, 3 variants of The Death of Superman. And pretty cool. That's the original, second, and third. So very awesome. Alright, let's keep rolling. Okay, so the next batch starts off with Superboy. This is during Superman reign, the reign of Superman, and that's his new look. Pretty cool. And then you have Superman number 505. One is a variant and one is the original cover, which is pretty cool. Like I said about the way I used to collect is him. I forget his name. His name is Bloodsport, and he's a racist. So that was, I definitely had this comic since Christmas of 1993. I've had this original comic since then, and very cool. Then you have, I wish I would have had the comic that goes with this, because this is a cover swipe. There's actually the first black suit Superman. That's a cover swipe from that. And the pretty cool thing about this Bizarro comic is everything is written backwards, which is pretty cool. And then fast forward a couple years later, and then you have Bloodsport right there versus a black nationalist. So it's very cool. Definitely love these comics. They're very awesome. And if you flip it around, Superman versus Lobo, when Superman is possessed by Eclipso. I think this is my original comic from back in the day. Yeah, it is, because I see spine ticks everywhere. I was very rough on my comics, but this is one of my favorite reads of all time. A bad Superman versus the Justice League, and the only person that they can get to check Superman or put Superman back in his place is Lobo. So very cool. I'm going to keep doing this video. We're going to keep going with this. I'm going to give it to you guys. But yeah, this is part 1 of Comics in the Dungeon. So very cool. All right, you ready? Take it away, Big Fred. So sometimes in my collecting, I forget how many comics I have, and it's always good to go back through and kind of ruffle through them and show you guys some of them. I'm going to have plenty of videos coming out lately. I'm producing videos back to back because that's just the way it is. Hopefully you guys will roll with me. Remember, words of wisdom, focus on the ones that show you love, and on the ones that don't show you love, hey, we're just going to keep on rolling without them. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition, and I will catch you girls and guys later. Be safe out there. Peace.